everybody. Steve here. So, the Ravishing Mrs. Ritter and I took a little trip out to San Diego to see our son and see his Finney flight with his helicopter squadron out there. And it was really cool because William, my second son, who also flies the same type of helicopter, got to go out there and do the flight with him. So that got us out there. And of course, got to see the granddaughters and all. So we took a little trip one day. We had a little time to Old Town San Diego. I'm gonna just kind of talk you through what we saw, but it's a recreation of what old San Diego looked like. And this is kind of walking in at the start here. There's some, a bunch of shops, but a lot of the old buildings and things for the town and what it looked like. It's pretty cool. It's kind of a wide street here. Big barns, old style buildings. This was an old hotel that was there at the time, and the Cosmopolitan Hotel. A lot of the old styles and everything else. Very cool. Like this is an old covered wagon. So a lot of people came to San Diego by ship, sailing all the way around. This is the Johnson House. All of them had little signs, but they were all recreated. This was a kind of a fine goods store. They had a sign up, no cameras inside, so I can't walk you through that one. But this next one is it's a general store. Kind of took a quick little peek through here. They sell a bunch of candy and stuff, but yeah, there was an old small town. There was a big boom in the 1850s or so in San Diego, and then it kind of died off. But old San Diego, there wasn't a whole lot there. Certainly now it's the biggest concentration of U.S. military personnel in the. Yeah, it's a big military town, big Navy town, Marine Corps training depot there. Yeah, it's cool plants around. I've got some pictures here of this me in front of like this cactus type tree. It's kind of cool. Ravishing Mrs. Ritter took that. This is a bird of paradise plant. This is a plant. This is pretty cool. Looks like a bird. Yeah, it's very cool. Cool plant. They have those all over the place down there. Of course, it's a real dry, deserty environment, so I felt like I was back in Abu Dhabi a little bit, but trees everywhere. This is really cool. I want to do something like this one day. Kind of pots mounted up on the wall like that. This is that was kind of neat to see. There's some more cool plants. Lots of succulent type plants around there. Very cool. This little sign here is up. You see it a lot. Mi casa is mi casa. It's pretty funny. Lots of the Mexican tile type places around there. I just love all the hacienda type setup they have. This is kind of a little back area with restaurants and shops and stuff, kind of walking in, but you see all the plants there. This is really cool back here. I love the tree and the courtyard. I love a lot of the open air. It's kind of tough to do that here in South Carolina because all the we were talking about that home one day to have as an open courtyard type setup with like a tree for shade and stringing lights around. I just sitting outside taking the fresh air. I just love the open type courtyard. It's kind of the way their houses were designed back then. Open hacienda type setup. Take advantage of any cool breezes that come around. It was real nice weather there. It was in the low 70s and it gets down to like in the upper 50s at night. So this was a very neat area there. We were walking around, checking things out. We were starting to get hungry a little bit, and of course looking for some Mexican food. We'll see that here in a second. This is cool. This is nice design. Plants growing on that thing that's shaped like a Spanish dancer. So some of the shops around the outside of the this courtyard. It's very cool. Yeah, it was a. This is a little copper store. Very nice. These little Christmassy copperware things are very cool too. Just thought that was nice. I love all the tile work there. We saw a lot of the stairs going up. They some of the tiles. I have some more of this later. But like I said, Arlene and I were getting hungry, so we decided to eat at this restaurant here. Get some good Mexican food. It's hard to get that in Abu Dhabi, so I had to start off with some guacamole. I think that's a beet there sticking out of it. It's not watermelon. It looks like watermelon. I had the combination plate. Oh, lots of cheese. It was good. She opted for the chicken tortilla soup. That looks pretty good, doesn't it? Yeah, that was pretty hearty and tasty. Very nice. This is the middle of the old town, kind of the center parade ground, I guess, for lack of a better word, around which the town was kind of came up and built. So this is Old Town, and then of course New Town, San Diego, grew up closer to the water. This is kind of up the way a little bit from right next to the water. So this is cool. That was a cool little restaurant. That's neat little chimneys on those old. So this is what the old town looked like. You can kind of see the panoramic, diorama there with the bay, but it kind of up the hill a little bit. Lots of open areas, open streets. So corn husk dolls. That's kind of neat. I guess the girls could play with back in the day. Walking around, this is kind of a view of the center courtyard area there. All the buildings built up around it. It was a beautiful day. They're all beautiful days there in San Diego. It's pretty nice. Very nice. Now this house is kind of cool because all the houses there were kit houses, and they actually put this one together backwards, inside out. So you see the frame. They put the boards on the wrong side. This is inside of a little tinsmith tent shop. So these are all tin. Hey, there's Steve. Hey, tin decorations and things like that, all made out of tin. Thought that was kind of neat. Thought y'all might like to see that. It's very cool. Now this next thing is silk. These crazy patchwork quilts made out of silk. Now they would soak it in these chemicals to make it weigh more, so because they charge by the weight, and that caused the silk to break. So you can kind of see all the threads there. But they would patch those silk quilts up. I thought that was kind of neat. This is a little outdoor shopping area, all these little pottery and everything else. This is an old newspaper office. I just thought this tree was really cool. See how it's just kind of open. It's like almost like a Dr. Seuss looking tree, but it's just so open on the inside. Thought that was great. Maybe put a cool tree house up in there. Very cool. It's like Swiss Family Robinson tree almost. So I just thought that was a really cool tree. Being nice to sit, take a nap under that thing. Again, that's in the middle of the courtyard. You got the blue agave. This is where tequila comes from. So the blue agave and the sugary sugars that they use to make tequila. There's another little courtyard and another little the tile work going up on the stairs. I just thought that was really nice. Getting lots of ideas for homes one day. So another look at the outdoor market there, all the pottery and all of these things, the Mexican style pottery, chimeneas and all that. Just thought that's really nice. Yeah, I really like the style. Arlene and I talk a lot about that, about our home, our forever home one day we're going to have. And I really like the Spanish Moor type setup and the outdoor courtyards and things like that. Just got to live in a place that you can do that, It's not raining all the time. It'd be hard to have something like that, like up in Seattle or something. it's raining all the time, but or there's a place where there's mosquitoes all the time that'll eat you and chase you inside. So here's the most haunted house in America. That's what they say, the Whaley House. There's been shows done on this home. So apparently the guy was hung on that site for stealing a rowboat back in the day. There's kind of the outside view of it. So, I tried to talk the Ravishing Mrs. Ritter into going inside, checking it out for herself, but yeah, don't see a ghost. Do you? No, no. So, not really. And with that, that's a nice hotel. But thanks for coming along on the trip. We had a nice little trip, and anyway, we'll talk to you soon.